Hello, good morning. Oh, let me put the screen light on. Ooh. Oh, that's not how I put that on. No. Good morning. It is 6:20. I'm a little late this morning. I got slightly sidetracked by the dog. We only got back last night, so everything is just utter chaos still. Like behind me, look at this. Utter chaos. We are getting a new sofa next week, so this room has to be completely gutted and rearranged and done. But I've been away for days, been with my boyfriends, and it's been quite nice. Because I have the kids all the time, I don't get to go and stay at my boyfriend's very often, and he only stays an hour away. But it feels like just having a couple of days break, just not being in my own house, having a couple of days break, because he is so lovely and he does everything for me. He cooks for me, he looks after me, he does everything that I need. He always makes sure I have everything, and he's a really good cook as well, which always helps. So yeah, I've had quite a nice relaxing couple of days. I had taken a bunch of work away with me to get done. I did nothing. I started a sock, and I started my crafty project for this month because February's just run away. It's like this is the last week of February already. It's absolutely crazy how fast February's gone, because January was a weird month for me because it kind of felt like it was going slow, but then all of a sudden it was gone. And February's just disappeared like so quickly. And I know February's a short month, but only by like 2 days relative to a lot of the other months. It shouldn't go that fast. But here we are. Right, so this week, everything's back to normal. The kids are back at school this week because they were off last week. Kids are back at school this week. Like I say, I got hardly anything done last week. So let's have a wee look. My plans for last week. What did I actually achieve off my list? Now, I only gave myself a short list last week because I knew that I was going to be away. I was away Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that's like half a week. I knew that I wasn't going to get anything done. Things that I wanted to get done last week. I wanted to pull out my bag of a big bag of leather scraps. I wanted to pull that out and like make something with that. I wanted to make some coasters. That never got done. Never even touched the bag. The bag is under that table somewhere. Socks. Finished a pair of socks. The Under the Hill socks by Kelly Menzies. I did not get them finished. They should go on this week's list actually. Let me get a pen. They should go on this week's list because they're almost finished. I think I have. Or did I finish them? I don't think I did. I think I still have like one repeat and the toe to do. I should have taken them with me really. But the thing is, I wanted to take things with me that I didn't have to like concentrate on and count and things like that, because we'd be talking when I'm there and watching stuff on TV and stuff like that. So I wanted to take quite simple things. And although Kelly's patterns are really well written and it's nowhere near as difficult as it looks, you still have to count and pay attention to what you're doing because it's a lace pattern. So I still have to finish those. So they can go on under. My pen's running out. No. Right, let's get a different pen. Under the Hill. Right, we want those finished this week. So I do have my master list of all the things I want to get done this week. Right, so leather didn't get done. Socks did not get finished. My fairy tale banner I did make. I think I'm debating whether to take it apart and remake it in a smaller hook size because it is quite loose, but I don't know. I'll need to see. It still needs to be backed, but it's made. So the pattern is there and made. So this week, last week I had to get it made and get it blogged. I did get it made, so I don't know why that's not crossed out. I did not get it blogged. My Innocent Cross Stitch, the Innocent Bones one, I wanted to get that finished. Didn't get that finished yet. Closer, I never even picked that up. And I am still working on trying to get the hot water bottle done. But the lighting has been so bad, it's been ridiculously difficult to get any kind of pictures. So, yeah, that's not been done yet. Right, I also had to move all the cubes in here, which I have done. I've split them up, so we still have one there, and all the rest of them are up in there. So I did get that done. I did not touch my head all last week. I need to get back in the habit of doing a little bit of that every morning again, because right now it's on like 253 stitches a day, I think. Like 253, 254, something like that, which is very, very manageable. That doesn't take me long at all because I'm doing it in half cross. It's, if you don't know, it's a year-long, stitch-along cross stitch. It's a full coverage piece, and yeah, I want to try and do little bits on it every day so that I'm not stuck with the whole thing at the end of the year, because I want to get done by the end of the year, because this year specifically I really, really want all the patterns. Yeah, I think I would actually stitch all the patterns that were there this year, apart from maybe one or two, but most of them I would stitch, and a couple of them I really, really, really want to stitch because I struggled to pick what one I wanted to do this year. And I went with the one that looked like it would be the quickest and easiest to do, rather than my favourite one, because I couldn't really pick a favourite. Oh, got itchy eye, sorry. So yeah, we're gonna get back onto the head this week, because like I say, I did not touch it last week at all. And start my new crafty project, which I did. It is a raglan jumper. It's not the easiest pattern in the world to understand, I will say. I started it with the written pattern, because when you do the crafty class, you have the videos, but you also have the written pattern. But I think I've got it sorted now. It's raglan increases, but it's done like amigurumi style, so you're not joining the rows. So it's just done in a spiral, and I hate having to use stitch markers when I'm doing crochet. It does my head in, because it slows me down so much. You have to keep, it's got like 8 stitch markers on it, and every time you go past them, you have to keep taking them off and move them, take them. And it's not like that when you do knitting with stitch markers, because they just sit on the needles and you just go away. But it annoys me doing them with crochet. So I did get that done. What else did I have? I had cast on flax, which I did, but then I have frogged it again because I'm going to do it in a different yarn. I think I'd spoken about that before. And yeah, that was it for last week. So it was a bit of a mixed bag. This week, I have got, with the socks that I've just added, I now have 14 things on my list that I want to get done this week. I'll go in the list, like my master list of the things that I want to get done. So poly clay, I want to get my polymer clay out. I want to get it sorted out, see what I've got, and depending on how it goes, I want to maybe have a wee look at starting to make something with my polymer clay. Tote bags. So I have 2 canvas tote bags that I want to make designs for and use the canvas tote bags as the inside of them. I'm pretty sure I spoke about doing this before. Yeah, so I need to make some bags that I can then put the canvas tote bags inside and sew it up and use them as a lining. I need to decide what I want to do with that. I think I want to do one of them with just like granny squares, but then I want to have one with like a picture on it. So I'm debating doing the fairy tale, like doing the fairy tale thing for that as well. But we shall see. So I need to design them this week. I don't necessarily have to start them this week, but I want to get them designed and set up ready. And socks finished. That's the vanilla socks that I started. I'm using Drops Fable, and they're just plain vanilla socks. And the first sock I started when I was away. I did the toe up. So I've done the toe, the foot, the heel, and about that much of the leg on the first one. But that's a good thing for me just to sit and do away. I did most of that one while I was watching the rugby at the weekend. So that's very, very doable for me just to pick them up and get them done over the course of the weekend. The week. My crafty jumper, I would like to get it finished. Let's say I'm halfway down the yoke. That's on my list. My specific for today list is to get the yoke finished today. And then after that, it's just a case of picking it up and working on it. It's an extended single crochet, so it's not terrible. It's in Aran weight yarn. I'm using Paintbox yarn, so it's 100% acrylic. It's the collar and cuffs are in pink, and the body is in like a light grey colour. So I would like, and it's just like a slightly oversized, comfortable jumper. So I would like to get that finished this week, which should be doable because now that I have, if I break it down over the course of the week, so like today I'll do the yoke, tomorrow I'll finish the body, the next day I'll do a sleeve, the next day I'll do the other sleeve, the next day I'll do the ribbon. So that should be doable. And once I get past the yoke with the increases, because it's a raglan, so the increases sort of come down here and at the back as well. Like this one's a drop shoulder. The raglans are the ones that go from there out, and that's where you get your increases. So once I've done the increases, you don't really need to think about it too much. You do your increases, you join under the arms, and then you just go round and round and round till it's the right length. So once I've done the yoke today, that should be a pretty quick one. Okay, what else do I want to get done this week? I want to get the innocent thing finished, which is, I don't have it through here, my Innocent Bones cross stitch. It's the Valentine's Day one that had started before, and I'm on the last colour, and all I'm doing, and it is quite a lot of stitching, but I don't need to look at the pattern or think about it because it's just filling in. It's like a circle with a heart in it and a couple of other bits and bobs, and it's just the last colour, just doing the background filling. So I can just pick that up and just do a bit on that. And yeah, I don't need to really give it too much thought. So that I want to get finished this week as well. Alright, what else have we got in here? Sew some bags. I have some bags cut up over there. Need to get them sewn up and get them into the shop. Apron. So I made my boyfriend apron and gloves last year. He still doesn't have them because they're still sitting on that table. I completely forgot they were there because I'd put them in a bag and put them off to the side so they don't get wrecked. Completely forgot all about them. They won't take me long to finish. It's just the apron needs some ends on it, and the apron ties, I just need to fold them over and like put a hem on it to stop them from fraying. And the gloves just need little hanging things, so I need to get them done this week. I also want to make myself a new pair of oven gloves because my darling son managed somehow to burn mine. So my oven gloves at the minute look like I've just dragged them out of a fire. So I need to make myself some new oven gloves. Oh, right. With me not noticing it's getting right to the end of February, I haven't done my book project for this month yet. So I have a badger cushion and squirrel. They're meant to be squirrel hand warmers, but I'm not going to use them as hand warmers, I don't think. I'm just going to make them as a little decorative pillow. It's monochrome, it's just a little squirrel and an acorn. I'm just going to put them next to each other and make a little decorative pillow out of them, I think. They're very cute. They shouldn't take me too long. They don't look like they've got a ton of stitching in them. And like I said, they're monochrome. So yeah, I should be able to get them done this week. And the badger shouldn't be too bad. Because it's not got tons of bits to it. It's just a main badger shaped pillow, and then with the white that you sort of stitch on top of it for the decoration. So that shouldn't take too long either, hopefully. Right, blogs. I want to do 2 blog posts. I need to do the fairy tale one and the hot water bottle one. I want to do a shop update. I've got a ton of stuff sent upstairs that needs to be photographed and put in the shop. And the bags that I want to do this week as well. I want them in the shop. And then I've just added the under the hill socks. I've got a little tracker down here. So things that I'm tracking this week. My head stitching. Water. I want to drink 2 of these a day. Because I've been really slacking on drinking water recently. Admin work, like working on my website or things like that. I want to do a little bit of that every day. World of Warcraft. The new expansion releases this week. It releases here at 11 o'clock on Thursday night for me because I have early access. Yeah, so after Thursday night, that's where my time is going to be. I'm going to have maybe like desk projects to work on while I'm doing stuff, but for the most part, I'm going to be slamming Warcraft because I've got a ton of stuff that I need to do on there to get myself ready for next week. Hopefully, it's not going to be too bad, and it'll just be maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday I'll be back to normal. But it does make it a slightly shorter week this week. Reading, I want to be reading my physical book every day, which I was doing pretty well on last week. I did not take my physical book away with me because I forgot. But I want to be reading a physical book every day. I'm currently reading the 2nd book of the original series, which is pretty cool. It's a vampire book. The original TV show, the spin-off from Vampire Diaries, in case anybody wondered. And track my food, because I had started off doing quite well on my whole dieting thing, and then that went out the window slightly. So we're back to tracking food again. Because, yeah, it's surprising how many calories you get through in a day when you don't really pay attention to tracking the food. But they're tarmacking the road. If you see me pulling faces, they're tarmacking the road. Like, I live down a side street and then there's like a main road runs on the top, and they've been resurfacing it. And the smell of the tarmac is, it's horrible. It's making me feel so ill. Like yesterday, I get travel sick when I sit in the back of the car. And yesterday on the way home, I had to sit in the back of the car because we had the dog. And the dog's not good in the car. She doesn't like it because she's not used to it because I don't drive. Yeah. So we had that, and then we got out the car and I got hit by the smell of tarmac. It was not good. I did not feel good yesterday. We went out for food as well. On Saturday, we went out for food at lunchtime. I went to a lovely little pub, and the food was really good. But afterwards, it did not sit well with me. I had that, that like slight nauseous feeling. I wasn't actually ill, but I had that slight nauseous feeling, like a really like bad tummy, gurgly tummy. Like the food just wasn't settling properly. It was a really expensive place as well, but I did enjoy the food while I was eating it. It didn't taste like it was You know, sometimes you can have food and you're like, yeah, this is going to give me hassle later. It wasn't like that at all. But yeah, yesterday I was just like not good all day. And then on top of the driving as well. I'm feeling a little better this morning though. Sorry, massive sidetrack there. So for today, the first thing on my list was to do my live, which we have done. So we can take that off. The fairy tale blog, I want to get that at least started today. My crafty jumper, I want to finish the yoke. The innocent bones cross stitch. I need to get at least one length of threads in there. Work on a sock. I'm probably going to finish my under the hill sock. Under the hill. And then work on my head. So anything else, anytime I have apart from that, I want to work in here a little bit and try and clear some of this stuff, because I have other things as well. So that's like my work diary done. Personal diary. Not personal, but you know what I mean. So last week, I didn't really have a ton of stuff in for last week either. I'd sold a bunch of stuff on eBay and Vinted, so I got all that posted off. Do the shopping, do the kitchen, and all that. Clean the bathroom, you know, stuff like that. Clean the bathroom, that was done. Put more stuff on eBay, I did that. Shoe rack, my shoe rack has collapsed over there. I did not fix that. That needs to go on the sweets list as well. And then on Wednesday was mostly just like getting stuff packed and getting the kids ready. The kids were off school last week, so I knew that wasn't going to get very much done. So last week was mostly pretty successful. But look, we're into March already. Because March starts on Sunday. Yeah, this Sunday's the 1st of March. It's crazy. So let's see, what did I have on last month's to do? So last month's to-do list, dye my hair, eBay, and sort out the bedroom and the workroom, because I'm storing a lot of my yarn in my bedroom. I kind of did all that. I did dye my hair. I listed a ton of stuff on eBay. I've still got way more to put on there. And I have started sorting out the workroom. The bedroom's pretty much sorted, but I've started sorting out down here as well. Goals, less phone. I think I achieved that. More gaming, I've definitely achieved that, because that was a very, very low bar to work from. And declutter, which I have done because I've been putting things on eBay. So I think February's goals, pretty good. So this month, my to-do this month, I've just got declutter. I'm just really big working on this whole decluttering thing at the minute. I have got a ton of stuff that I still want to put on Vinted and on eBay. I've listed a bunch of books. Oh, excuse me. A bunch of books on Vinted. I've put a bunch of magazines on eBay. The magazine seems to go better on eBay than they do on Vinted. I do have some on Vinted, but mostly they're selling on eBay. I've got a bunch of clothes to put on there. I've just got loads of stuff. So we're working through that. A lot of the books that I'm putting on Vinted are craft books as well. And the magazines are all craft magazines. They're mostly knitting and crochet, but there will be some sewing ones going there as well. And some cross stitch ones. Right, goals. Goals for March. The boxes of magazines. I want to start working my way through them to get them all listed and get bags of clothes. So I want to work through at least 2 boxes of magazines and I've sorted out all my clothes, and I've just got tons of like black bags of clothes. So I want to get at least 2 bags and at least 2 boxes done this month. Specifically for today, the school was back. I need to call the doctor because it's not good that I've been ill for so long. I need to go and get my blood pressure checked because my dizziness is not going away. I'm having so much hassle with my driver's license. I have to renew it, which annoys me because I'm not actually driving at the minute. But I have to renew my driver's license, and I can't find my old one. I can find my really old one from before I moved here, but I can't find the one where I had changed my address and sent me out a new one. So I have a horrible feeling I may have destroyed the new one that they sent and kept the old one. So I need to phone them today to sort that out. I did try last week and didn't get very far. My shopping's getting delivered today at 11 o'clock. I have my reading on here for my physical reading book. I am also reading a Kindle book, but I'm not counting that as physical reading book. I want to read my actual physical paper book. It's Monday, so I need to do the gutting of the kitchen and the bathroom, and I need to do some work in here. So yeah, the wee boy's getting his school pictures done on Friday, so he's very unhappy about that. He doesn't like getting school pictures done. Next week's going to be quite busy as well. That's something else I need to do today, actually. Sofa. So I'm getting the new sofa. It's getting delivered next Monday. So I need to book to get the old one taken away on the same day, because they only do pickups on Monday morning. So I will need to put it out on Sunday night for them so they can pick it up early Sunday morning. And then hopefully it'll be gone by the time the new sofa arrives. New sofa is arriving next Monday. And I also have parents' evening next week for my other child. And it's World Book Day next week. Now, normally every year, my youngest gets dressed up for World Book Day. And this year, he's in year 6. And he's like, I just want to dress up this year. Too old for it now, apparently. So we'll find him something. Well, even if it's just a t-shirt with book stuff on it, he'll get to wear something. They're not really too fussed about it. It's just something fun for the kids to do. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that's my week. It's all going to be rather busy. I've got a lot to catch up on and a lot of stuff that I want to get done, because I know that over the next couple of weeks, a lot of my time is going to be taken up with Warcraft stuff, because I want to be streaming that as well, which is another reason I want to get this room sorted out a bit, because I want to be carrying on doing lives, but I also want to be streaming. So I need to get a better live schedule as well. I'm thinking I might try and continue to do them during the day. I think that might be better for me, because at the minute I'm just so tired at night time. I feel like I spoke about this in the podcast on Friday. I still want to do Monday, Wednesday, and then Sunday. But last night, by the time I got home and by the time the kids got back and we'd sort of eaten and got ready, I was exhausted. I was ready for my bed at 8 o'clock, which is not good. So yeah, I think I need to do my lives during the day for a little while. Hopefully I will get in to see the doctor soon and we'll find out, because I feel like maybe I might be a little anemic and that's what's making me tired, and my low blood pressure. But I'm not a doctor, so I'm just kind of guessing based on how I feel relative to things that have happened to me before. It could be nothing. It could be the weather. It could be literally anything. But right. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try and get back on Wednesday during the day, and hopefully we'll get back into some kind of routine now. And then the kids are going to be off school not too long. In April, the kids are off school again, and then they're not off until July. So yeah, it's going fast. It's the last year as well for my youngest. He's going to high school after the summer, which is just mental. It's absolutely crazy. I keep getting, is it Google that does it? I have something come up on my phone for my memories anyway, and it keeps showing me pictures of like the kids when they were little, and it's just crazy to think now. One of them's halfway through high school, and he's more than halfway through now. He'll be getting in for his exams next year, and my youngest is starting. Crazy. Because I'm getting to the age now where I keep forgetting how old I am, and I actually have to look at the year and then work out how old I am. I'm going to be 46 this year, which, yeah. Oh, so I'll go to my ex a bit because he's like a couple of years older than me, and he's going to be getting on for 50. I think, see, if I'm going to be 46 this year, that means he'll be 40, 48, I think. Yeah, he'll be 48 this year. Right, yep, battling towards 50. It's just, I don't know where the time goes. Right. I'm going to go and make myself some coffee because I slept in a little bit this morning, so I've not even had coffee yet. I'm going to go have coffee, have some breakfast, wake my children up for school, and get on with the day. I'm going to try and get through my list today. Hopefully. Try and get through my list and then try and get some work in here done. We'll see how I get on with that. Right. Pleasure as always. I hope everybody has a lovely Monday, and I will be back on Wednesday. Bye-bye.